Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading. I hope you're all doing really well as always. If you're joining me for the first time, you're very welcome here. My name's Esjaye, and let's get started. Let's see what Spirit want you to know. What I'll say to you, Libra, is that when I opened this reading, connected with Spirit to do this reading, they gave me the word opulence. And they directed me towards these cards, which, you know, because of their colouring, they always kind of feel very opulent. So I'll be intrigued to see what comes through for you. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, I'm going to move them up a bit because I want to show you the bottom of the deck as well. The time is now. Let's just go over what we've got firstly. So there may be something you're working on at the moment, Libra, something you're trying to achieve. Some of you may, I don't know why they're showing me this, but they're showing me someone with a bandage around their head and a thermometer in their mouth. So some of you may have been unwell and you're pushing forward, maybe, you know, to get healthier, or to overcome some sort of illness. But for others of you, this will be about something that you're working on, something you're trying to achieve. Maybe you've had some setbacks or, you know, ups and downs. We see this person trekking through mountains. So, you know, they're saying keep going, Libra, because you are going to begin a new cycle. And you might just see, it says first light, and I love that because you might just see a chink of light coming your way. You know, perhaps a door is opening or something, you know, is put in the spotlight that you hadn't expected. A new piece of information comes that gives you a whole new focus on an area of your life that you hadn't thought about, or part of the project you're working on you hadn't thought about. It's just something that's going to be enlightening for you. That's a simple way of putting it, I guess. And, you know, you have overcome obstacles already, Libra. And you will continue to overcome obstacles. It says you can overcome anything. You know, it's just about your mindset, your want to improve, your want to recover, your want to move forward. Whatever your situation is, you've got what you need. I mean, here we have, again, rocky mountains around, but we have this sword here, you know, at your disposal so you can cut your way through the obstacles. And we have you being guided. We have a little bird here. I think it is actually a robin, a very spiritual bird. So, you know, your spirit team are there guiding you forward and helping you to overcome those obstacles. And indeed, there is a divine plan at work here. So the obstacles that you have faced in the past, Libra, or maybe you're still going through them now, is all part of a divine plan. You know, it's funny, isn't it? But often we sort of say, you know, why am I being tested so much? I mean, I say that all the time. Why am I being tested? But, you know, it is all part of the divine plan. It's about the way they want your we want you to have the opportunity to build your resilience, to learn how to overcome those obstacles, to make you stronger. And, you know, there's been times in my life when I've hated people saying, you're so strong, because you just want to curl up in a heap. But I digress. You know, it is all for a reason, and we don't always know what the reasons were, but we do come out of it a different person, you know, with a more rounded experience of life to be able to move forward towards the sunlight. Gosh, I went off on a philosophical tangent, didn't I? But Spirit are saying the time is now for you, Libra. Now, this was bottom of the deck. So this shows that, you know, you're working towards it, but the time is now. So this is just round the corner. So I think this chink of light is going to really illuminate the rest of your path forward, and you're going to feel like you're making really good progress here. For some reason, Spirit want me to use, I say for some, oops, I can't even grab these cards. Hang on a minute. This is going to be fun because I don't know if these are the Gilded Tarot, or I'm not quite sure what they're called. How beautiful are these tarot cards? And again, the word opulent is around your reading for some reason. And these are very opulent looking cards. We see them here. Look, they're completely gold. The only downside with these cards is they're so slippery. They could end up anywhere, frankly. But Spirit want me to use them because they're sending this very opulent message to you today, Libra. So here we go. It's always fun with these, I tell you. My goodness. I use them so very rarely for this reason. But here we are. Oh, wow. Empress energy. So Empress, you know, hugely nurturing, but also all about you standing up in your power, being able to sort of oversee things in a very nurturing way, but it's also about rebirth. So, you know, Spirit are telling you to keep moving forward because you are birthing something very new into your life. And you're going to have a lot of choices coming up. As I say, it's interesting when we saw this, it said the beginning of a new cycle, the first light card. And I said it may be something that, you know, you hadn't thought of, or a new idea. So it may be that you're going along one particular track at the moment, but a new piece of information that inspires you comes in and gives you choice as to the direction, the way forward. Yeah, intuitively, you're going to know. Your intuition is going to be on point. So, you know, we have a High Priestess energy. Again, your connection with Spirit is really important at this time because they are going to be sending you intuitive messages. And, you know, when this opportunity comes in, or this piece of information comes in, or this light is cast that suddenly feels right to you, you're going to know, Libra. You're going to know whether to pursue it or not. And I do think you're going to be taking action on it because an ace is a new beginning. The Ace of Wands, it's all about passion, something you feel passion for, something that I think this is really going to spark some new interest with you to rebuild, or not to rebuild, to build a new cycle. Yeah, and I love this because we had overcoming obstacles. We had this message about you being given a sword to overcome anything. But here we have the Six of Swords. And this is you overcoming obstacles. You're literally, you've got your swords with you. And look at that. The sword here is pointed. I won't move the card because all these will slide everywhere. But this sword here is just pointed, but it's not actually being waved about at this moment in time. It's just sitting there. And in the Six of Swords, you've gathered all your swords. You know, you've got them all in your raft here, and you are sailing past any difficulties. So your path is going to be a lot smoother moving forward, Libra. You do have to put some work in along the way. And I see you here with a real eye for detail, you know. So I think, again, this is part of you working past any difficulties, because I think you're going to be able to see the detail in any situation. And using your intuition, you're going to find your way through or past any obstacles that do arise. So why do we have this divine plan? What's this desert passage about, please? These cards are behaving themselves very well. We've had some sort of heartbreak. And although it's showing in your future, they've given us two cards together. Spirit are saying, you know, oh gosh, sorry, lost control of the cards for a second. I just want to pick these two up. there's like a self-imposed reaction to heartbreak here. Okay, so Spirit are very well aware of that. They know that you've been through some hard times. They knew that you had to climb some mountains and go through some hardship. But that is why they're holding your hand and guiding you through this situation. Tell us more about this divine plan, please, Spirit. Oops. Tell us more about the divine plan for Libra, please. Yeah, you may have had to deal with some conflict along the way. There may have been people disagreeing with the decisions you were making or the direction you wanted life to go in. And, you know, Spirit are saying, we're here and we're guiding you through this situation. What else do you want Libra to know, please? Why are you telling them the time is now? They said that all the difficulties you've been through have been for a reason. You know, it is part of your divine plan. It is part of your life's journey. But, you know, where there are lows in life, there are also highs. The person going through the mountains will have seen fantastic scenery along the way, but the path through the mountain was very difficult. Yeah, what did I just say? There's happiness ahead. The time for happiness is just around the corner for you, Libra. They say the time is now. It was at the bottom of the deck, but it's here. Look at this. So, you know, that is, in a sense, on your divine path, your reward for overcoming the obstacles that were put in your way, the emotional situations, maybe some hardships that were put in your way too. Wow. And on the bottom of the deck we have, I have to put my finger across for YouTube reasons, but on the bottom of the deck we have the star. Wish fulfillment, Libra. So this is why they're telling you to stay on your path. What were the words on that first one? Keep going forward. Because, and I'll have to put this face down sadly, but it's a YouTube requirement. Yeah, you've got positivity coming, and all the steps that you've taken is leading you to a much, much happier future. Libra, that's lovely. And how beautiful does this look with all this opulence coming from the table? Love it. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle just to tie it together. So what do you want Libra to know, please? You know I love my oracle cards, my moonology oracles. Spirit, what do you want Libra to know, please? It's time to breathe out. Things are improving for you, Libra, without a doubt. Luck is on your side. We know that good things are coming. You had wish fulfillment and a great amount of happiness just around the corner for you. Whoops. Any more, please, for Libra? Any more for Libra? Any more for Libra? Is it that one? Yes. Have faith in your dreams. And this is the whole thing about keeping going, isn't it, Libra? You know, if we lose sight of our dreams, we lose sight of our path very often. So have faith in your dreams, however many mountains you've had to climb, and know that you have got happiness and a wish fulfillment ahead of you. And they want you to know, again, on the bottom of the deck, that the energy is gaining momentum. So there may be days when you feel that you're not making progress, but in actual fact, the energy is building. And Spirit are assisting you in taking those steps forward. I love that. I love the opulence of your reading too. Libra, if you enjoyed that reading, please don't forget to subscribe. I have something like 90% of people watching that watch regularly that haven't clicked the subscribe button. And I'm not kidding. It really helps for the channel to be seen, you know. So that would be something you could do for me. Thank you so much. Don't forget to click the like button if you did enjoy the reading, and I hope this helped at least some of you. Take care, Libra. I look forward to reading for you again really soon, and bye for now.